Hello, I'm Tim England and this is Ask a Dementia Champion. On a previous video, I stated that there's over 100 different diseases that will cause a dementia condition. Today we're going to start talking about the four main ones that people have heard about. That's being Alzheimer's disease, vascular dementia, Lewy body dementias, and frontotemporal dementias. Today we're going to have a brief look at Alzheimer's disease. Before we begin, just a quick review on dementia. First, dementia is not a disease. The term dementia refers to a condition that impacts a person's ability to function. Symptoms of dementia can vary greatly from person to person. However, some of the general symptoms may include a gradual memory loss, a change of behaviour, a change in personality, difficulty in planning, and an overall decline in day-to-day functionality of that individual. The brain consists of billions of neurons or brain cells that continually communicate with each other through the release of neurotransmitters. When there's a disease that interferes with the communication ability of brain cells, a dementia condition can result. In an earlier video, I stated that in 2020, in Australia, there's about 440,000 individuals living with dementia. That number has recently been revised by Dementia Australia, and now they estimate that number to be about 459,000 people living with this condition. Dementia in Australia is the second leading cause of death, and there's a new case of dementia diagnosed every 6 minutes in Australia. Diagnosing dementia can be challenging at any time. There is no definitive test. The only true test to find out if there is a dementia condition or not is at post-mortem by examining brain tissue. However, a diagnosis is usually made by assessing a person's mental abilities and their overall health, and using some other tests such as blood tests and other screening tests to rule out other potential causes. Screenings and brain scans do have an impact. They can also help rule out possible other causes to the condition, such as brain injury, head injury, or actually tumours. And when these scans are combined with a medical exam and a medical history, a probable diagnosis, and I stress the word probable diagnosis, can be made. However, these scans do have limitations. They are invasive and they are quite costly. And generally speaking, a diagnosis is made by a professional specialist, such as a geriatrician, a neurobiologist, a neuroscientist, or a psychiatrist. Now we're going to have a brief introduction to what actually Alzheimer's disease is. The most common cause of dementia is Alzheimer's disease. And Alzheimer's disease is responsible for between 55 and 70% of all dementia cases, but that percentage can vary greatly from region to region. For reasons that we don't fully understand, Alzheimer's disease tends to impact an area of the brain called the hippocampus first. The hippocampus is involved with short-term memory, and it's located on either side of the brain near where the ears are. However, as time goes on, the Alzheimer's disease does spread to other regions throughout the brain. Alzheimer's disease develops when there is an accumulation of clumps of a natural forming protein that forms what we call tangles and plaques, and these can be embedded in the brain cell itself or in the junction between brain cells. As I mentioned, these proteins are natural proteins within the brain, and the brain uses these, but for some reason that we don't fully understand, they do mutate to form these clumps of these plaques and these tangles. Alzheimer's disease also impacts the release of neurotransmitters, which are the chemical messaging device that will transfer information from one brain cell to another. Symptoms of Alzheimer's disease may include, but they're not limited to, some gradual memory loss, forgetting the names of friends and family, getting lost in familiar places. Could also include change in behaviour, change in mood, change in personality. It can also impact a person's decision-making ability, definitely can impact their planning skills. An individual may lose interest in hobbies or other interests that they found fascinating before but no longer do. But these symptoms are wide and varied, and quite often they can be confused for other conditions. Well folks, you've had a brief introduction to what Alzheimer's disease is. There will be a future video that will go into a lot more detail about Alzheimer's disease. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share. Please add your feedback, questions and comments in the comment section below. And as always, I'll do my very best to answer every one of your questions as soon as possible. Bye for now.